Hi guys, and welcome to Bomb Anime.
It's your girl Ruka.
A big boy Summer here, bringing you episode 4 of Chainsaw Man.
So Power seems to have only feasted on animals before she was actually captured by this government agency, and it seems like she stayed away from humans completely. It begs the question as to why she ended up getting captured by them. I got it in the sense of Denji, he had proved what he was doing. So they just do it based off of her looks and say die or cooperate? Is this what they're doing? Are they looking for people like them intentionally?
Well, this is an experimental group, so probably not intentionally a happy accident. Besides, she was going towards the humans to go and get one to save her cat, wasn't she? So I guess it was a happy coincidence in that sense.
And also Power realised that Denji was not human because she saw him fighting, and she had the nerve to say that his reason for fighting was a stupid reason. I feel like her reason was a stupid reason as well, so I don't think she needs to be talking about dumb reasons. You're looking at me like it wasn't a dumb reason. I understand you're a dude, so...
Look, guys, I'm sure you're with me here. There's a lot that we will do to touch them titties. I said it. There's a lot that we will do to touch titties, and that is it.
Okay, so I also want to know if all demons can regenerate in the same way that Denji does. We know that demons can regenerate as long as they get blood, but we've seen Denji regenerating and constantly moving at this incredible speed even when on extreme low blood. Or is this some kind of unique ability to him?
Well, it seemed like they didn't have too many cases of a demon actually possessing a human to see how it works. So maybe Denji's special, maybe he's not. I think that this is something that's going to be explored in further detail later on when they start to do experiments on him as well.
On that vein, because you're saying, we don't know much about these fiends, if deals can be made with these devils, even devils that can't speak can go into a deal with a human. Can fiends do the same thing? Can they go and have a contract with a human?
That would be pretty cool if they could, to be honest. Imagine having a whole army of devils behind you and you're all drinking and eating the same thing. That is actually quite scary.
Exactly, and I wonder why this has not been experimented with, considering that Maki is involved with this other agency or a branch of government, it seems like, and the military. I don't know why more hasn't been explored.
Yeah, they seem to be on the back foot here. Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of things to uncover. Or we're just seeing this side and the research team has gone further and beyond and we just don't know about it yet.
That is true, because there's a lot of mystery surrounding these types of things, so we don't really know the extent of everything, which is part of the fun of watching the show.
Yeah, I mean, this show started with a bang. Started with a fight of something completely out of the blue. We saw how, I don't want to use this word to describe Denji, but I think I kind of have to here. Some chivalry.
What?
He protected
his right to touch boobs. That's what he protected.
But the person attached to the boobs was protected. So it's technically chivalrous, but not for chivalrous reasons.
No, I mean, maybe it's that definition in 2022, but that is not the meaning of the word. That's not how it was created. It didn't mean that. That's not what it meant. Isn't
it? Send me your news, please. 2022's version of chivalry.
Okay, I think we're gonna need to move on from that sad state of affairs. So, Denji's ability to stay in his id, no matter what is going on, is something that I have only seen an infant achieve. Seriously, he does not care what's happening. He does not care what's going on. He is focused on only what he wants and getting what he wants.
Yes, and for those of you who aren't psychologists, id is your inner child, is it? It's been a while since I read some books. Ruka, you're the expert. Come on, tell the audience.
I'm not the expert. It's like the part of your personality that's extremely selfish. It's how we're born. You're only focused on yourself. You don't consider other people around you. It's something that usually goes away as you grow up.
Or when you get Twitter in your hands. So why is Aki being so nice? Because Aki doesn't strike me as the kind of guy who would let stuff like this slide. I mean, there was an attempted murder on one of his crew by one of his crew, but he's letting it slide? What's going on? Is there a bigger picture here?
I think Aki is actually quite an interesting character, and I think that as time goes on, we'll see more of that from him. I mean, Maki actually pulled him aside and said, you know, are you changing? Your flexibility seems to be a little bit more intact. And you could see Maki didn't like this. She liked when he was much more rigid. He's still quite a rigid person, but he has relaxed. And like Maki said, is it because of Denji? Yes, I think that it is. I mean, it stands to reason. It's kind of like, if I've never been to Australia, and I say, like, you know, I don't really like Australian people. I think that their food is going to be terrible and I don't like their wildlife. But then I actually go there, experience it, and my opinion will change because now I have actual experience instead of just thoughts. I feel like this is the same thing that's happening with Aki. He had a strong feeling towards devils because of his family. It's very traumatizing for him. And then he's come and he's seen Denji, who is supposed to be a fiend, who can turn into like a half devil, who has been confronting his prejudices about others. And they're being constantly confronted, and he's hearing other eyewitness testimony from other people saying how they want to thank him, how he's helped them. And even the guy who he said, oh, I don't care about humans, the way that he threw that car ensured that that man would go to safety, and also made sure that he would not have been targeted by the devil. So obviously, even though Denji is kind of like an aloof character, he does care about others. And Aki seeing that, there's only so much you can keep protesting when you keep getting confronted with the stereotypes that you have in your head.
I just wish that anime was taught in schools. It might solve a lot of problems.
Power of friendship!
Talk no jutsu. Sorry, that's my favorite power.
So what I want to know is something that like I've been thinking about, and it's just that Maki said that devils who are like feared, like the more they're feared, the more powerful they are. But we're not seeing this with Denji because we've seen these eyewitness accounts now of incidents that he's been a part of. So what happens to a devil that people consider their savior, or that people consider a hero?
I don't know, but where does the fear have to come from? Does it have to come from the people? Can it come from the devils?
That's interesting because, you know, I was thinking of it more like Monsters, Inc.
Yes, yeah.
Where they had the doors and they were saying it's powered by fear and they need to scare the children, but then they discovered that laughter was actually more powerful. I'm wondering... Disney, isn't it Pixar? Either way, will it get the same effect? Will he become even more powerful because people are looking at him as some kind of hero? Is it just the whole pedestal thing, the amount of emotion that you feel, and it doesn't necessarily have to be fear, but just that most devils are to be feared because they want to hurt human beings, so that's what we see? Yeah,
to be fair, you might be onto something, or we might be in the ballpark of it, because look at Power. She's a blood demon. She's not particularly powerful. She is powerful, but not particularly powerful. Because like, I would have expected her to be on the level of the Leech Demon or Bat Demon. Do you get what I mean? Because everything's got blood. Why are you not scared of her? Because they didn't know her, because she kept herself away from humans. So that's probably why she's not on that level. But maybe she will also grow with Denji's growth.
I still have a weird question mark over how powerful she is, though, because we haven't actually, I feel like we haven't seen that. We've only seen her once in fight mode.
True.
And she killed it with a one shot.
Bang.
And with this, she was so traumatized that she just allowed herself to be eaten.
True.
And on top of that, his intestines, obviously he swallows, the bat swallows everything whole. So obviously when you are ingested, you saw the insides going around her, so you're probably like slowly digested. So she was being slowly digested the whole time he was fighting. So we don't know how strong she is or what she can do. She had given up. She didn't even try.
Yeah, I would like to see Power and Denji go into 2-on-1 or 2-on-2 combo, just to see what what's going on. Like, I want to see some fights, and this anime is delivering fights almost every episode. I'm getting the smackdown that I need in my life.
So we're gonna start rating our episodes, especially with this Chainsaw Man. Big Boy Salmon, what do you think this episode ranks? 1 being the literal worst thing you've ever seen, 10 being the best thing ever.
I give it an 8.5. I enjoyed this episode. I really did.
This was a good episode. I give it a 7. And on that note,
don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget, it's Bomb Anime Insta, all one word.
If you made it this far, thank you so much.
Peace.